I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun on safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it.
Hey y'all, it's Kasia, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I did these Fulani braids or designer braids. Pretty much is feed-in braids with designs in the front and knotless braids in the back. So I'm using some expression hair. I bought the 72-inch hair so that I wouldn't have to add so much. I got 2 packs of the number 2 and 1 pack of the number 613. I'm using these 2 products. One of them is mine. I'll link it down in the description bar below. I'm also going to be using some mousse and some spritz as well. Oh yeah, the first product was Magic Fingers. So yeah, I'm just going to start off with my hair freshly washed and blow dried, and I'm going to be separating the front half from the back half, and then I'm going to be separating the half and half. Then I'm just going to be going in and giving myself, like, pre-parting my hair in the back so that when it's time for me to braid, I don't have to do the rolls. So I had them already pre-parted. I am going to leave in the description bar below the design pattern that I use for my braids in the back and my braids in the front, because I did do a specific amount. So on the back rows, I did 4 braids on the first row, then I did 5 on the next row, 6 on the row after that, 5 on the row after that, 4 on the row after that, and 3 on the row after that. I'll leave it in the description bar below just in case y'all want to recreate this style and y'all don't really know how many braids exactly that I did. So I did do it strategically like this so that I could make sure that my braids are stacked or brick laid. I hope y'all know what I mean, but yeah, I did it that way for that reason. I did have 6 rows, 27 braids total in the back. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with the feed-in braids. I mean the knotless braids, which is technically a feed-in braid in place instead of on the scalp. But yeah, I so the hair came into 3 sections per pack. Out of each section, I was able to get 8 braids out of those sections, and out of the 8 braids, each braid I broke into 6 sections for me to do the knotless. So I hope that helps y'all, but I'm just adding 6 pieces of hair to my braid, and I tried to add them in at the same part on each braid so that my braids would be the same length. Yeah, so pretty much you just start off with braiding your regular hair, and then you just add in the braiding hair between your thumb and pointer finger as you're braiding down.
Let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret everything. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for her. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you.
Miss that smile, Lord knows I ain't seen that in a while, but it's your style, so something must be up keeping you down. You a queen that must be heaven sent. Pray my soul, I must repent for not telling you what I meant and how I felt. Honestly, I'm used to throwing wishes in a well. My conscience tells me that I could have helped without fail. Actions speak louder than words, and that's a lesson that I learned all by myself.
Let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret everything. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for her. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you. Like, la 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 la.
Feel it, baby, stress is all around us, these high ceilings, and I need it, baby. Pressure and make diamonds, I won't steal it, baby. Silent, baby, hurts to see you crying, I know you trying, ain't no lying, baby. When I say I need you, greedy if I have to share you. It was me that all along did you wrong, thinking that I made you beautiful and strong. This toxicity, the death of me, I fear the day you gone.
Okay, so I only added 6 of the blonde braids in the back. I did it on the 2nd row, the 3rd row, and the 4th row. I did 3 braids, 2 braids, and 1 braid so I can make a design. But now I'm going to start off doing the front of my hair now that the knotless braids are done. I mean, the knotless braids are pretty self-explanatory. You just do the same thing all the way up. But the front part of my hair, let me just tell you, it was a struggle. But we made it look good and we brought it all together. So the first thing I decided to do, which I will leave the design that I did for the top in the description bar as well, because I strategically did this as well. The first thing I'm doing is connects. So I'm going to be parting out a section of my hair that would be basically as big as 2 braids so that I can connect them and cross them over. If you need help measuring, I guess it would be kind of like from the end of my eyebrow and then separate it in half. So I did take those 2 sections and separate them into 3 sections each. So it's basically like 6 squares, and then I'm crisscrossing the ponytails. So the one that's at the top is gonna go cross to the one in like right diagonal to it, and then I'm gonna put a white rubber band on there. The reason I use white rubber bands is because I use the 613 hair. I don't know if y'all picked that up, but yeah, I was trying to match it. And I'm just gonna go diagonal from the other piece, and I'm just gonna do that one more time, and then I'll have 2 ponytails left at the end. I'm gonna do 2 knotless braids in both of those ponytails.
I'll find a way to treat you better. I swear there's no one out there like you. You teach me to be better. My talk is cheap, keep asking what I do. I'll fly you to the moon and hope I'll see you soon. I'll find a way to treat you better. No problem, I'll do whatever. Let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret every day. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for her. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you.
Okay, so now this braid is going to be a crisscross braid. I'm just crossing it over once. So I'm going to be parting out enough hair for 2 braids. So this will be like my first braid, and then I'm going to part out right now enough for another braid. And I'm just going to be breaking that section up into 4 parts. So the first braid will get split in half, and then the second braid will get split in half. And I'll start braiding the first braid in the beginning, and then I'll cross over to the hair on the from the other braid to braid diagonally. I hope that makes sense, and I don't know why I recorded this part slower than I recorded the part of my head where the camera is. So I hope that what I'm saying to you is making sense and that you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm sorry about that in advance. But yeah, I'm just braiding the first part of the first braid and then braiding the second half of the second braid. And then once I'm done doing that, obviously it's going to be a, a loose knotless at the end of this braid. And then I'm going to go to the second braid, braid the first half of that one, and then go down back to the first braid so that I can have the second half connected. I really hope that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, it's a crisscross braid, and then the next braid will be a single braid, and then I'll come back to y'all when I do the zigzag braid.
Yeah, promise I'ma give it to you. La 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 la. Da 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 da. La 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 la. make 10 in a week. I can make 10 in a day. I'ma wake up on the beach, I'ma wake up in the A. I never been to LA, I might fly to LA. I'ma get rich on pain, I'ma get rich just saying. I'ma get rich on pain, slap me, I leave my stain. Bad little bitty keep brain, storm my wrist on rain. Ran up out the bank like it's a robbery. Take care of my mommy, I know she proud of me. Yeah, I want as far the case low. Get the millions and lay low. Take mine, what I'm gonna wait for.
Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the zigzag braid. For this braid, you also are going to be parting out enough hair for 2 braids because you need to have enough room or enough space to be able to zigzag. So with this one, you're just going to part horizontally, just sections, and it might not make sense now, but it will. So you're just gonna have, I don't know, I think I had 6 sections, but yeah, I did not add any hair to the beginning of this braid. My other braids, I did add some braiding hair too, just a little bit in the beginning so the braid would be thick, but I knew because of how much hair was in this section that I didn't need to add any hair because I didn't want the braid to be too thick to where you wouldn't be able to see the zigzag. So you're gonna braid down, and then you're gonna pull the next section out, and then you're gonna braid back, and then you're gonna braid down, or yeah, down in the opposite direction. And then once you do that, you're gonna braid back a little bit, and then you're gonna pull that next section down and braid back towards the other direction. So it's kind of like you're gonna go right, back, left, back, right, back, left, back. Hopefully that makes sense, but y'all can see what I'm doing. I am going to do another zigzag braid on the other side of my head, and you'll actually be able to see that one a little bit better, and it's also a bigger zigzag, so you can stay tuned for that. That's going to be actually the last braid that I do.
Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Anything I do it. Ain't nothing to it, just do it. Checks cause I influence. Bank on flow, yeah, fluids. I go dumb, go stupid. Bought a whole house, still roofless. Why you talking bad about me? New coupe, yeah, like a 2-fist. Yeah, if you said that, shoot his air out. Talking on my back, try to tear me down. I just want M's, yeah, millions. Used to try and move at your granny house. Now I'm wearing brands that I can't pronounce. Money on the floor, try to make it bounce. Money in the safe, it's the safest route. Promise to my kids, I'ma make it out. I want M's by the gate slow. Get the millions and lay low. Take mine, what I'm gonna wait for. Put my bros on the payroll. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way. Out of sight, out of mind, out my way.
Bad little flex, she wanna know me. I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane.
Okay, so now this is going to be the last braid that I do. This slow is gonna get really fast forwarded after this, but basically I'm parting my hair down the middle to make sure I have a perfect middle part, and then I'm going to be taking down the next section because this right here is going to be a crisscross braid, but I'm going to crisscross it twice. So instead of the sections being separated in half, they're going to be separated in threes. So I'm going to separate them twice. So I'll be crisscrossing my hair over 2 times.
Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up. We finna go deep. should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck, I know it's all love. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good, know it's all love, know it's all love. I've been feeling like the motherfucking man lately. Can't nobody do it like I can daily. Baddest in the land. Body turn your nigga to a fanny up. I made it where I'm at on my own. Had a couple blocks in the road, but I get to the bag on the low. I be counting stacks while they grow. Yeah, you know me, baby. Won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I come in town, you should slide on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck, I know it's all love. Everything good, keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good, know it's all love, know it's all love.
When I go with confidence, when I go with roll our hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow. Wind it up all night, baby, take your time. Let me know I want. When you turn me around, I want. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going. Like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Figure it's in the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a gem.
Okay, so now that I fast forwarded all of those braids, just to let y'all know, I did a single braid, the connects, single braid, crisscross, and now I'm doing the zigzag. As I mentioned before, you'll be able to see this one a little bit better. I think I did 4 sections for this one, so I'm braiding down, and then you see that I'll braid backwards a little bit, and then I'm gonna braid up, and then once I finish braiding up, I'll braid back a little bit to connect the next section, and then I'm gonna braid down. So pretty much your sections are gonna be just you separating the hair into sections, but when you braid, you're gonna connect them to make it look like a zigzag. I hope that y'all understand that, but I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. This is my last braid, so after this I'm going to be doing my edges, dipping my hair, which I did off camera, and then like putting on mousse and stuff, but I'll come back and walk y'all through that part as well.
Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. We know like me. We know shine bright like royalty. We know stay keep a dignity and wine. So kind of your neck is stolen. You been waiting on me to solve it for me.
Okay, y'all, so I got a little secret to tell y'all. If you notice, in the beginning my edges were really long. Well, yes, I cut them because I love baby hair so much that this is how I always wear my hair. So I cut my edges with a eyebrow razor to make them a little bit shorter. You do not have to do this. Some people baby hair, you know, stay short. My baby hair be growing. Like, girl, we're trying to do baby hair, not grown woman hair. I don't care how old I am, okay? So anyways, I'm just going to be slicking them down. I didn't cut a lot, so it's not over the top. But yeah, I'm going to be using the mousse, and I'm going to make sure that I put those on top of my baby hair and on top of the braids in the back as well. And I'm going to bring it down pretty far. I'm trying to get as much of the hair that my real hair is, like where my real hair stops on the braids. Then I'm going to use some wrap strips to tie my hair up with, and then I'm going to go and dip my hair off camera, and then I'm going to come back with this wet towel, so that, because you can't dip your whole head, so you only could take it up so far. So what I like to do is take a towel and dip it into that hot water, and then go over the hair that I wasn't able to dip, to make sure that, you know, it's flowy, smooth, and all that too. Then I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry it, and this is pretty much it. It came out so cute, y'all. It's fire. Honestly, it don't even look like I did it myself. So I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Leave some comments and questions in the description bar below. Thanks for watching. Bye.